Hello and welcome to another episode of Shenanigans Podcast with your girl, Sharita. So, how are you doing today? Great, good to know. So, been a minute, but you know me, I'm inconsistent. I'll get on here when I can because your girl has been busy. So, right off the bat, today is May 8th. So, next week, May 17th. It's a Friday, right? You're going to see ads popping up. We're going to have a show at Cornudas, Texas. I need you there. Why? Because it's the first show in that area. And I'm happy to say that Shenanigans got it, bro. We got Robert Buck D. Gibson, Joe Rodriguez, and me as your host. And you know me, I don't mind hosting the show a time or two. I'll bring the energy. We're going to have a good time. And then the show starts at 4 p.m. and it runs till 6. And then immediately after that, we're going straight into karaoke, okay? I know we got some singers out there. So El Paso, Las Cruces, Cornudas itself. Bring your people, bring your friends, bring your family. And the cool thing about this venue, it has an RV park. So, yeah, bring your RVs, your campers. They do have hotels on site, so if you, partake in festivities and you don't feel like driving right away afterwards, you're more than welcome to stay on the grounds, right? That's like the best part of this, so you don't have to drive away so fast. And so May 17th, don't forget. And then I'm gonna be like, look, when I edit this video, you're gonna see there's like 3 different flyers for the same event. We're all connected, okay? So whether you see the Cornudas, Texas flyer, you see the event flyer, there's an even a Facebook invite flyer that I put on the Shenanigans page. You're gonna see all 3. That's us. You're gonna, if you are on Eventbrite, you're gonna see it. That's us. So come on out. The more we put it out there in your face, okay, we're gonna put. There's like so many different flyers for the event because we're super excited to have it. And again, they're a business, I'm a business, and we just put our business hats on. We coincide and work together to bring you comedy and karaoke all in one night. And it ends early too. It ends at like 11. So that way you can still drive wherever you got to drive. It is a 45-minute drive outside of El Paso. You do have to pass a checkpoint. So I think I should mention that. You have to pass a checkpoint. You have to come back in the checkpoint unless you're going to drive straight out to Carlsbad Caverns. And then you know what? I have never been to Carlsbad Caverns. I think I should definitely take a trip out there one day and see what it's about. But I think somebody told me it's like a bunch of stairs. And I was like, well, I'm not a stair climber, but I'll go look at some like rocks, I guess. Not really worried about it. So yes, May 17th. May 17th. I'm going to need y'all out there. Okay? And also today, I was on a podcast of a friend. Her name is Lee Garay. And she is the wonderful host of the podcast, The Lonely Pod. You definitely need to check that out. She's on Spotify, YouTube, wherever podcasts you listen to. Definitely like to hype up my friends. I gave her a little merch pack, so she's got a Shenanigans t-shirt. And then I did forget my stickers. I'm going to start putting those in the car. So wherever I'm at, I'm going to hand out some stickers, right? Because how are you going to get in front of people if you don't remember to bring out your merch? So definitely working on that. And it's okay. It is okay. But I'm totally excited. So do check out that podcast episode when it comes out. I don't know when it's going to come out. I didn't ask. I was just happy to be on it. And we talked about a lot of things. We talked about Mother's Day. So by the time this episode airs, happy Mother's Day to the moms. Happy Mother's Day to anybody filling in a motherly role. We appreciate you, you know. There came a time where I wouldn't celebrate Mother's Day because I was never home, you know, except with the exception of birthing my children. I was always in the field. I was deployed somewhere. I was working somewhere. I was an NTC in California somewhere. I was fulfilling my soldierly duties. So I missed out on a lot of my children's milestones and consequently missed out on some Mother's Day events, you know. And it's a sacrifice. I get it. It's a sacrifice. It's part of the lifestyle that I live. It's part of what I had to do. And I don't regret it at all because, you know, as parents, we make tough choices, tough sacrifices. And it happens, right? But now, you know, I'm off active duty. So I'm home more. And I get to see they'll always be my babies, they'll always be my children, but they're older, they're mature. Um, Three of them are adults. And I never thought I'd say that. Like, I have adult children, you know, not because I'm a horrible parent. Like I didn't think I would like be able to like make it. Like, you know, they're not like plants. You get plants, you forget to water them, put them in the sunlight or something, they shrivel up and die. No, children are like that. Children are very resilient. So you water them, you feed them, you support them, you nurture them, you teach them things, and watch them just blossom into the wonderful adults that they become. Hopefully. Because we've been seeing the news. We've been seeing the news. We'll talk about it. People, we try not, we listen and we don't judge. That's what it is, right? We listen and we don't judge people's parenting styles. But when your child becomes a criminal or a different type of what society wants them to be, and like case in point, the vigilante father, you know, he went out there, his son was involved in an altercation, lost his life, and then the father retaliated and took a life, and I think he's gonna be sentenced soon, you know. And a lot of people are coming for him because they're all like, no, like, you didn't raise your child right for your child to be out there being a hooligan, a thug, a thief, a criminal, basically. And we don't look at that. But this father stood 10 toes down, and he was like, no matter what my child decides to grow up to be, he should not have his life taken from him. Right? And then you go on the other side of the world, we have a lady who, she did the Gifts and GoFundMe type thing. It's a different thing from GoFundMe, because everybody knows GoFundMe. You're in dire needs, you put up a GoFundMe, and people give out of the goodness of their heart, and which is hilarious to me, because it's like we're supposed to be in a recession, we're supposed to be fighting tariffs, but yet people have money to give to some as good Samaritans. You know, they find the goodness in their heart for whatever reason, they give, they support, and they show out. They bring in money to the game, right? Because the GoFundMe, one person, they got, you know, she up there, like, her goal is like $1 million now, and she like 3/4 of the way up there, right? And then, you know, people like don't agree with it because, oh, well, she's over there calling little black babies N-words and this and that and slurs and stuff. Hey, I've been called a lot of things and I got paid for it. I'm gonna figure that out. I'm gonna figure it out, right? And then going towards the teenager that was in an altercation and killed another teenager, and he has to GoFundMe, and people are up in arms about that situation because it's like, well, why does he have a GoFundMe when he took a life? Why are we supporting him when he took a life? We weren't there. We weren't there to see what happened. But the details, if you look into the news, some say it was a bullying situation, and some say it was just an argument that gone wrong. And it's really crazy. And it's scary being a parent, and we can't shelter our kids. You know, I used to joke that I was going to put my kids in the tallest tower in the deepest part of the forest, because that's what Shrek said, right? How many fairy tales have we read or seen where they said, yeah, put your kid up in a tower somewhere and just shelter them for life. For life. But we can't do that. We have to let them out. And it's scary. It's scary to think what can happen to our loved ones when we let them out. I'm saying to let them out like they're animals or something, like they're in a kennel, you know, but they're not. They're people, and it's a shame. It's just real scary out there. So hold your loved ones. Let them know. Let them know how much you care about them, how much you support them, how much you need them. You know, it's a scary world out there. You know, because even me, like I said, I've been deployed, I've been gone, and I've had to trust people with my children to raise them and take care of them and do all the things that you're supposed to do while I'm away. And I get it. Some people are like, well, you chose that life. You didn't have to do that job. You could have worked anywhere in the world, but you worked all the way over there. You did this, you did that. Yeah. But what about the parents that you still live in the same zip code as your kids? And you still have to go to work, right? We all still have to go to work. We all still have to provide a living for ourselves and our children. And the prices for daycare are astronomically high. So the world is in shambles now over tariffs, groceries, taxes, people's mortgages going up, property taxes are going up. Something as simple as an electric bill going up. The price gauging is getting out of control, you know? So it's like, what do you do? If you're in a two-parent household, who stays home and who continues to work? You know? But it's to the point where nobody can stay home. The whole house got to go outside and work. Okay? The kids outside pulling weeds, landscaping architects. The adults are at work somewhere, you know. The extended family members that say that they can help might be able to help doing part-time jobs somewhere. And the village is going to have to come back to raise these kids. They have to, you know. And then the hit on welfare. Oh, the welfare recipients is about to take a cut. You know, they're about to cancel a lot of that. Section 8 housing is under fire. So they're about to the next in line to be cut. So you're not going to be getting no $78 rent. I don't know what y'all going to do, bro. Don't know what y'all going to do. You know, mortgages are going up. Property taxes are ridiculous. So it's like, what are we going to do? And a lot of people are like, oh, I'm just going to move out of the country. Really? I've been out of the country a couple of times, you know, and it's really, really hard to adjust, you know, the living conditions, because it's like when you're accustomed to a certain way of living, you're used to getting up, and, you know, when you're ready to get up, get yourself together, get your coffee, your breakfast, or if you don't do all of that, but you know, but the basic getting up and getting it done. Are they hiring outside the country? Like, are they? Because I hear a lot of people like they're just like, I'm moving, I'm going, I can't take America anymore. But they never report back. So it's like, all right, you moved to Mexico. I'm sure there's jobs in Mexico, remote jobs. I don't know. People are moving to Austria, New Zealand, and there are countries giving homes to people that are willing to live there. They're giving stipends like 10 grand or more to move to their country and fill up the houses, but you gotta actually live there. You can't just like go over there, secure the house, and then dip out. You actually have to live there. I think you have to apply for dual citizenship. I'm not really sure the stipulations, but I've been seeing a lot of people talking about, yeah, they're just gonna like up and leave. And now you have to have a real ID, right? A real ID. They got a star on there. I don't know if each city, state, zip, how y'all do y'all real IDs, but you need a real ID to get on any domestic flight. You need a passport, of course. You always need a passport to go international and whatnot. So what's going to happen? I'm curious to see. Me, I'm comfortable here in the States. Everything I have is here. Because, you know, I'm not about to take my kids. Kids are already expensive. So me trying to take kids to another country and raise them and all of that. Look, it was hard enough getting them to learn English. Now, we good where we at. But let me know in the comments if you guys are really thinking about bon voyaging and getting on, because I always thought like I would be the type of person to like go on a cruise ship. Did you know you could live on a cruise ship? A lot of older personnel, that's what they do. Like once they hit the retirement age, well, not the retirement age, let's say they hit the age that you can start collecting your Social Security as well as retirement, right? So you get in 2 good checks, 3 if you got any disabilities, right? And they're just living on cruise ships. And they say, the crew members say a lot of the people that do that, they're there because when they pass away, they already gave away all their assets. Anything that ties them to land, gone, right? Gone. So they've sold their house or they let their kids live in the house, whatever. And they've taken their life savings and then they just cruise the 7 seas. 8, maybe more, I don't know. And a lot of them, they're old age, they live their life and they're on a cruise ship, partying it up, and then they pass away on a cruise. And I'm just like, wow. No, they don't throw your body overboard. There's a morgue on the ship. They don't leave you in your room, unlock it up, and put a bunch of air fresheners in there so the other passengers don't smell what you cooking in your room. And they have a morgue there. So you have options. It's good to know you have options. Move out of the country, Austria, Switzerland, wherever. Or you just get on a cruise ship and just lolly-doll until your final breath. Yeah. It's not a bad thought. But I'm sensitive. I get seasick, motion sickness real quick. I still get car sick, so I get air sick. So, another reason why I'm gonna just stay where I'm at. I'm cool. I'm cool. But I don't believe this is like the 3rd recession we've been in this lifetime. But it seems like every recession we've hit, we pull through. It's just depending on how we pull through. Are we penny pinching? Are we going to be tapping into our savings if we have savings? The homesteaders the homesteaders. So now the homesteaders are going out and telling everybody, hey, start learning to garden, plant your food. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's a nice alternative, unless we're all going to be vegetarians, because that's all we can plant. You can't plant a baby cow. But I believe that there's a lot of butcher shops that will let you buy cow, beef, chickens, I'm sure. Because I tried it. I really did find a really good meat processing place. And you buy the cow by the pound, the weight, whatever. I think I bought I was trying to buy half a cow and some like sausage, maybe hamburgers or whatever. And it was like about $740. It might not be half, it might have been a quarter of a cow. But either way, we're gonna have to do that now. And and it was cool because it wasn't shipping. It was like you actually have to physically go and pick it up. So while it's fresh. So they cut it up for you, package it up for you, cut it to your specifications, and then you pay, and then you go get it. So maybe that's a new thing for us instead of going to supermarkets, because now Walmart is under fire again. Not only is like the lettuce is E. coli out, they're saying that the meat is not meat, not to buy the meat. Certain things are expired now. It's getting crazy, And now Walmart don't sue me. I'm just saying somebody else said that y'all was doing all of that. I don't know. I don't shop at Walmart like that. I do. I shop at Walmart, but not for food. You know, so don't come for me. Don't come for me. We just having a conversation. So everything's allegedly. But and this is a podcast. It's entertainment purposes only. Okay. So I'm just saying I heard him say, you know, y'all got some stuff going on with your produce and stuff. Just saying. You know. But put it in the comments. Let me know. You know, I still got my Sam's Club card. I'm still going over there, so I'm supporting. I know y'all keep saying like we gotta boycott this, we gotta boycott that. So what I think Walmart is being boycotted, Target is being boycotted. I don't know all the different, depending on where you are. I don't know if you're Aldi, Kroger, your Food Lion, Food King, what food stores that you have that you guys are boycotting. It's a lot. It's really a lot. So if we start boycotting, start cutting out exports, imports, where are we getting our stuff from? So homesteading might be the way, right? Because they're trying to bring back the trad wife lifestyle. I'm not. I'm gonna let you know now. Ain't nothing traditional about me, buddy. Can't do it. Can't do it. I cook when I feel the urge to cook. If I'm not cooking, oh hell. Well, if I'm not cooking, I can't Uber Eats nothing. What I'm gonna do? I needs to eat. I'm fat. I'm a foodie. So, cause now it's like they're going after the fast food, right? They're saying the fast food's fake. They're saying Soylent Green, allegedly, entertainment purposes only. Don't come for me. I'm just saying what I heard, what I think I heard, what I think I saw. Just saying. Okay, the Soylent Green that some fast food restaurants are into cannibalization. That's what I'm saying. That's what I heard. I said it, but I'm don't come for me, bro. So I'm just like, mmm. Some people say they can only afford water at this point. If that. We is running out. We're running out of things to eat that's nutritious and healthy. I don't know. But I will tell you that I have started gardening myself. I have some onions that have sprouted. My parsley. I have some basil. I don't know how you say it. And and I had planted some peppers. And they is looking good. That's looking good. I'm excited. The greens is greening, you know. And next up, I'm going in for some rosemary, some thyme, some oregano, and some mint. And cause I just learned that mint gets rid of mosquitoes. It repels mosquitoes. So with summertime abound, I'm gonna get that mint up outside. So that way, when I open up the pool, and I'll be doing my podcast from the pool, I won't get eat up so bad from the mosquitoes. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Oh my goodness. But I wouldn't even know, like, I don't have a traditional backyard because I have a pool back there. It's all cement. So I'm thinking about getting a garden bed, and I'll see what I can grow up there. Bunch of fruits and veggies, which they say now, like doctors are harping on, allegedly, from what I've been reading, hearing, seeing, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. I'm seeing doctors saying that we have to go back to, just fruits and vegetables. But again, pesticides. Because bugs. So, damned if you do, damned if you don't. And that boils down to it. Damned if you do and damned if you don't. We're not all going to live forever. You know, everybody ain't able to make it to 120, 110, 100 even. Right? Because wasn't y'all rooting for Betty White to make it to 100 and she conked out at 99? She tried. She really did try. I'm sure she did. So, yeah. I think I got a good 75 in me. You know, 75 is a good number. Live long enough to like collect the retirement and the and the Social Security, if there's gonna be Social Security, and spend it at the casino, on the boat, at the cruise ship, taking my last breaths, hoping to see a mermaid. I don't know. I don't know. But for what it's worth, we gotta live. We gotta live happy. We gotta find the happy, right? Hunt the good stuff, as they say, right? Always find the good in the silver lining. Always find some way to cope with how the world is going. And then, oh my goodness, accidents are on the rise. So we had a period of planes falling out of the sky, helicopters falling out of the sky, and whatever controversies behind that, we let the investigators do the investigating. I'm not an investigator, so I'm not going to instigate nothing. But, hey, you've seen it. And then car accidents, too. So it's like, when you say pick the lesser of two, what do? You don't want to do the long-ass drive, because if the drive is longer than, 4 hours one way, you want to fly, right? You want to get there as fast as possible. But now it was like, some airports have reported that like it was crowded, like super crowded, like down bad. So I don't know. Like travelers gonna be on a halt soon. Everybody gonna have to stay in their quadrants. Okay, just saying. Just saying. For entertainment purposes only. Right? Gotta throw that out there, because people are quick to start suing. Listen, you sue me, you gonna get a water bottle. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I can afford. Okay? That's all I can afford. Everything's in a trust. So trust me, you ain't getting nothing but a water bottle. That's all I got. That's all I got to give. That's all I got to give. So, and man, the economy, like, there's a lot of people worried about where the next meal's coming from, where the bills money's coming from. But we push through. We're tough. We push through. But I do need to know who moving out the country, because I want to come visit. I don't have a passport, but I'll get one. I'll get one to come visit, hang out, and see what you see. And because way back in the day, when my divorce was going through, and I was angry, I was mad, I was super mad, right? The first thing I said was like, I've had it, I'm moving. I'm going to move to where nobody can find me. I'm going to buy an island and just live out my days with the cabana boy, or cabana man, because you got to be specific, because we ain't trying to get no charges. You know, and that's not a bad idea. That's still up in the air. I looked at the prices. I got to play the numbers or something to get that money, to get that island. So, yeah. I don't know. Just don't know. But it seems like it. And I watch a lot of shows on like HGTV and some other channels, like the Caribbean Life, the Hawaii shows. There's like so many different ones where you can go ahead and move to like St. Croix, St. Thomas, the Maldives. I don't know. They had like so many islands, and like the houses look not too shabby. The houses look livable. Right, respectfully. And the ocean view, looking at the water, and just living the island lifestyle. But then, you know what struck me? Hurricanes. Hurricanes hit hard out that way. And they got 2-story houses out there. And I'm just like, wait a minute. In the event of a hurricane, where you hunker down at? Or you just out there swimming with the fishies? Let me know. If you live out, St. Croix, St. Thomas, St. Martin, wherever. If you live out in the island, let me know. Because I'm just curious to like, oh, you know, What you do when the hurricane come, you know? Yeah, they're just swimming with the fishes. Under the sea. Under the sea. I'm just curious. Because I never thought about that. I was like, yeah, I'm trying to buy a whole island. And I buy this island. What happens when a hurricane hit? Natural disaster. My insurance gonna go up. My premium is already like wonky. Alright, so I just need to know. But I'm about to like hit up the casinos like fast, quick, fast, and hurry like because that seems like the only way you can make quick money. You know, when I make some change without doing something strange. I don't know. I don't know. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Like, do they even bother with thinking about it? And then it's not turning into a worry what? Because I get that too, right? It's like turning into a worry what? Like when you already are a person of worry, you worry about the weather. You worry about your car breaking down. You worry about, are you going to have enough money for the rent? Are you worried about your phone bill? Are you worried about family members' health, etc., etc., etc.? There's so many things to worry about naturally. Right, the day-to-day stuff that you worry about. But what about the stuff? And I know some of you are thinking like, why worry about stuff you can't control? But if you could control it, if you could turn it around right now, because now everybody's still talking about bitcoins and cryptocurrency and all of this. And then I read somewhere, I'm not saying it, I read somewhere, Bill Gates talking about he want to give away his fortune in what, 2045? Bro, why are we waiting till 2045? I'm here now. I'll put my Cash App and my Venmo up. You giving it away? Give it away, give it away, give it away to me. I'll take it. Shit. But we gotta wait till 2045? You do it now. Because tomorrow ain't promised today. But if you don't make it to 2045, no, I'm just saying, like, anything can happen. So, like, we ain't gotta wait till 2045. 2025 seems like a nice time. Let me be a millionaire for a little bit. Buy me some blue crabs. I'm not gonna cook them in the air fryer. Did y'all see that shit? Her lady done, they came for her in the comments, bruh. She was hungry. She was just hungry. We all get hungry. But she put 2 blue crabs. See, at least they went out as a couple. They went out lonely. And she put them in a glass air fryer. Now, see, listen. That's why I need your money, Bill Gates, because I didn't know they sold glass air fryers. I have an air fryer, yeah. It's a Ninja, I believe. I think I have a Ninja air fryer. I didn't look at the name. But I didn't know they had glass air fryers, right? So not only did you put the blue crabs in a glass air fryer, season them, and the season was like, the season must have gotten their eyes because they started screaming or something like that. And I was like, I thought everybody that cooked crabs live knew that they scream and they yell, they feel it. So whether you put them in air fryer or you put them in water to boil, they still feel that shit. But everybody's like, no, that's inhumane to air fry because it's a slow burn. I said, what do you think they're doing in the water? Bathing? It's still a slow burn. They're still being cooked alive regardless. They're being cooked alive. Whether you put them in air fryer or you put them in water. Or you just put them in the microwave. I know somebody probably putting them shits in the microwave. And they just smart enough not to come on and tell all that. Come on now. I wouldn't put it behind somebody to put crabs in the microwave. Yeah. Allegedly. For entertainment purposes only. I don't know. But yeah, they was like, they come for her talk about that's diabolical because you watching them through the glass air fryer cook. Then somebody said she didn't even set it to the proper temperature because even afterwards they were still alive. They were still twitching. If it make you feel any better, wherever you buy your crabs, they cook them right there. They steam them right there on the spot. Season up for you and everything in the supermarket right there. They do. They do. Order it up that way you ain't gotta, they smell your house up cooking them. You just go home and straight, Eat them up. Eat them up. Okay. And while we on the subject of cooking the crabs, what's with y'all with the bland seafood boils? Like, you scared to season them? Sprinkle some Old Bay, some Goya, some Sazon. Y'all just boiling shit in water, thinking what? I get it, high blood pressure. That's what it is. It's high blood pressure, so you don't want to like make the food salty. You don't want to over season it. And some people are sensitive, so you don't want to like to put too much spices because they think their tongue gonna go numb. I got you. I figured it out. I got you. I understand now. I understand why you're not seasoning that shit. Fair. Fair. Can't cook everything in beer. You know. Damn, I'm getting hungry. So, I already, no, I ate all the pasta salad. I'm going to find something to eat. I'm sure of it. So, had an epiphany. So, like I said, I did a podcast earlier today with my homegirl Lee. And we both said we are going to be each other's accountability partner. You know why? Because podcasting is hard enough. And it's easy to find topics to talk about. That's not the thing. The thing is like active engagement and keep going. So when I keep saying I'm going to be consistent, I keep saying I'm going to be weekly. I keep saying I'm going to be having stuff for you. I keep saying I'm having some guests. She's in the same boat. You know, we over here asking people to be our guests. And they're like, yeah, we want to. Check my calendar. And they don't get back to us. It ain't that hard. It really ain't that hard. Like, anybody could be a damn guest on a podcast, right? Because everybody's still promoting stuff. Everybody's out here still selling stuff. Everybody's still supporting stuff, advocating for things, promoting, producing, creating, inventing. Somebody's always doing something, and want to get eyes or ears on the subject, you know. So I'm going to keep, podcast. It don't cost me nothing to podcast. It really don't. I ask for subscribers. You subscribe, thank you. If you don't, cool. Just downloading the podcast and listening to a couple of minutes of the episode, I'm grateful. I am grateful because you took the time to check out, hey, what she got to say? What's she talking about today? What's up? What's been going on? How's your mental? Right? Little things like that. And I'm always appreciative. Always appreciative. Okay? And whatever. And those of you who are watching it live with me, you see that right there? You see that right there? My uniform? Yes. Listen, I took the ACFT beginning of May. The first weekend in May. I went out there and did my 6 events. Baby, when I tell you, my body walked up during the events, okay? Like, we started with the deadlift. The deadlift was easy. I do the lightest one. Was it like 120, 140? I'll do the last one because I know I got to save all my little muscle fibers for all the other events. So I'm not over there trying to muscle man nothing. I'm not trying to show off for nothing, okay? When y'all say age ain't nothing but a number, bullshit. On the ACFT in the military, age is a contributing factor if you gonna survive or not. Okay? That's number one. Whew. So went up there, did my little deadlift. Then we over there throwing the balls over our head, the sprint, the medicine ball throw. They finally took it out June 1st. So we're not throwing medicine balls over our head. Because I'm trying to figure out how did that simulate being in combat environment. Because like I said, 4 tours of combat environment. I ain't throw shit over my head. Not even in the trash can. Alley-oop? No. You throw it forward. Okay? I wasn't throwing nothing up over my head. They was like, no, you're supposed to simulate lifting when when you do this and you alley-oop some. I ain't never did that in my life. Never. I picked up people, threw them on my shoulder. Fireman carry. We gotta get up out of here. I've done that before. But I ain't never just pick somebody up, just like say, whoosh, get up there. Nah. I've had somebody stand on my shoulders. That shit hurt. That's why I got a bad back now. Bad knees now. Carrying all that extra weight. So they took that out because they were just like, yeah, that was dumb. Yeah, because you let the CrossFit people. Not saying the CrossFit people was dumb. I said it was dumb throwing a ball up over our head. That shit was dumb. But you let the CrossFit people design the PT test? Who doing CrossFit? Don't y'all got more injuries than a little bit? Y'all doing wall balls. Y'all over there doing box jumps and missing the box. How, Sway? How? Fall for the core? No, I don't have a core no more. I had kids. My core's mush. They still left the plank in there. We planking. So the trick to the plank though is, if especially, okay, I go to karaoke a lot. A lot of y'all know I like to go to karaoke. I like to sing. However, if you don't sing out in public, cool. But use this trick when you're doing the plank, right? Sing your favorite song. Sing a song that you know by heart, that you know word for word, verbatim. It'll help you. Because while you're sitting in a plank position, right, you locked in, got your core tight, got your little belly flap hanging and whatever like that, and you just in there. It takes your mind off of the exercise, so you're not even thinking about it. And you start singing your song, you get into it, you forget you were there, and it helps you last longer. So I think what you gotta do, 1:20 to start, like 60% is 1:20, and then it's like you can hold it for like 4 or 5 minutes. You a superstar, baby. I lasted 1:30. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I told you I got a bad back. But I sang 30 Seconds to Mars to Kill. The chorus part. Yeah. Say no and over. So yeah, when you're in a plank position for the AC, now, well, it's not ACFT anymore. It's going to be called the AFT, Army Physical Test. So sing your favorite song in a plank position. You're going to be good. You're going to be good. That sprint drag carry, though. I don't even know what we were carrying. Oh, kettlebells. Is that what it was? So, and then, okay, like I said, this is only my second time taking the event, but I've graded many events. It's totally different. When you're a grader and you are running the troops through the lanes and stuff, and you watching it and you rooting them on, you feel like, you're like, I could do that too. I could do that too. And then when it's your turn to do it, you're like, what is going on? I'm just really surviving. And what helped me on the ACFT when I did it, the liquid IV. Liquid IV and some water, and I kept, and then I took blood pressure medicine. Yes, I took blood pressure medicine, lower my blood pressure so I don't blow my chest up. Liquid IV, so I can stay hydrated and keep going. And then it was fasted cardio, so had nothing. No food, no snacks, nothing. Nada. And I did the sprint jet carry in 3 minutes and 19 seconds, so I shaved a second off. I did the hand release push-up. I did 2 more, so I did 12 of the hand release push-up. And then when it came to that run, I was praying to the run gods. I promise you I was praying to the run gods because the run was 24 minutes. I had 24 minutes to do the run. I completed my run in 19 minutes and 56 seconds. And I promise you, I was about to die because the sprint drag carry, you're already running. That whole event right there, it's called sprint. So you start off in a sprint, you come back, then you have to pull the sled, the little weights on there. Well, they ain't little. You pulling like 50, 90 pounds. You got to pull that, bring it back, bring it around town because it don't count if you don't pass the line, they say, right? So you pull in that. Then after that, you drop that. You run again, come back, doing the laterals. After that, you pick up the kettlebells, and you running with the kettlebells. And then here's the thing: you can't drop them. You have to place them down. Then you sprint again. Where we going? Where's we going? It's listen. So out of the whole 6 events, y'all took out the medicine ball throw. Y'all killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. Take out the run. If you take out the 2-mile run, because you already have the sprint, drag, carry, right? And then you have to do that within an amount of time. And 3 minutes and 19 seconds is great. Some guys was doing it like a minute and 30. I was like, what? They hauling ass. A minute and 30 doing the sprint, drag, carry. And then after all those events, 2-mile run. Talk about we test out your endurance. No, you trying to test out my thighs. My thighs, they're already thick. My thighs are already thick. You're doing the most, okay? Doing the most. So yeah, so about time for me to retire before the army change any more shit with the PT. Training for it. Now training is great. Training and being in the gym, getting the strength training, keeping the muscles, you know, somewhere. Having a hand on the flag, because y'all not gonna keep coming for me talking about, oh, how far along are you? I'm not pregnant. I'm just fat in my stomach. I'm skinny, fat. Okay, I got muscles. Okay, see, you can see the indentations. I have muscles, bro. I just got a stomach. I like to eat. It is what it is. So yeah. So anyway, that's all I want to tell y'all. I don't want to tell y'all too much because we got to save some for next week. Because like I said, we're going to work on this consistency thing. And I think Thursdays is a better day for a new podcast episode. So that's what we're going to do. And I keep saying it. I got to get the merch out to our loyal followers, fans. When your anniversary comes up, I'll hit you up and ask you what size t-shirt you want. And I didn't bring it on screen, right? But I have sweaters. We're doing the hoodies. We have the hoodies now. The hoodies are available. So we have the hoodies. So this is the first hoodie that I had. I don't have anything on the front because I didn't know what I wanted to put on the front. So you see there's nothing on the front. But on the back of it is the logo, right? So the sticker is just the logo, this part right here. But here I have my socials where you can find me because we don't do business cards anymore, right? So we have the logo and then my socials social medias where you can find me, my Facebook and Instagram, find out when the latest and greatest, when the shows are, who's coming to town and whatnot. So I just had a lovely supporter who ordered the sweatshirt, or I'll call them hoodies. So ordered the hoodie, and what she ordered, so we have on the back, we have the logo and the social media, and then on the front in the corner pocket, she asked for the logo to be up here. So, which is fine, because most people, they don't want to wear a sweater with just nothing on it. But sometimes when we eat, we get gobbledygook on it, and it messes it up faster. But like 9 times out of 10, when you're walking away, people see you walking away. It's eye-catching. It's eye-catching. So yes, so I'm taking custom orders. If you want a hoodie, and of course it comes in all sizes, just let me know. Hit me up in the chat. Hit me up on my socials. And let me know. Hey, your support is ever so kind. The hoodies are $30. Okay? Hoodies are $30. The t-shirts are still $20. And those are sold at the show. So when you see me at the show, I'll have my merch table set up. If I'm on the show, or I'll probably just have a merch table set up because I gotta pay the talent, and that's what you help me do. So when we're doing the Shenanigans Productions, and we got the people come in to do shows, and they have merch. And then some comics don't have merch yet because merch is hard to get into. Obviously, with a recession, there's no money left over. They don't know, or sometimes they just don't know what to have as merch. And I feel the best way is like clothes, because we always in clothes, you know. So I always get complimented on my sweater. You know, got the goth thing going. So anything with print is still a seller. There's hats. I'm gonna have, so when wintertime comes, I'm gonna have the beanie. I was slow with the hoodie. The hoodie, I just got one because I just wanted to test it out. So that's why I had one, and I would just wear it and see if anybody would be interested, and it worked out. So yeah, so we had one person order. She ordered two. So so thank you for that. Lovely. So I have to let her know I have an order ready so I can go deliver it. Some will deliver it, some will be shipped out. If I was on your podcast, I sent you a shirt. So thank you for supporting. Always, always, always appreciative, and super grateful for that. So yeah, so again, so we got some merch. Let me know if you want a t-shirt or if you want a custom hoodie. We'll custom make them for you. You can put your name on the front if you want. So that's the great thing about why it's custom. I let you, you tell me what you want on it, all right? So the back is automatic. The back automatically is going to have the logo on the back. So as you wear it proudly, yeah, like the hood will be down. So that's what it looks with the hood down. It'll be covered. But it's still a game changer because when people want to see it, they're like, hey, well, let me see that. They lift the hood up real quick, and then they see the logo. Right? The Instagram, the Facebook. But yeah, it's cool if you want something on the front, or if you want something on the sleeve. We can put the logo on the sleeve. Get some designs. Possibilities are endless because whatever you order, you're paying for it regardless, right? So I have no problems custom making a hoodie. And I think the hoodies last longer because you only wear it during the season, you know? Or if you wear it, like if your house gets cold and you don't want to turn on the heater because that costs money, you walk around with a sweatshirt. Let it be my sweatshirt you walk around in. Okay? So again, you guys have been awesome. I'll catch you next week. We're going to talk about some things. All right? So thank you for tuning in. I love you. Take care and good night.